Y is a vowel if it's not the first letter. So you might have heard that the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, but you might not have ever learned when it's sometimes Y. Here's when. Y is a vowel if it's not the first letter. Y is a vowel if it's not the first letter. Ready? Y is a vowel if it's not the first letter. Usually. So when Y is the first letter, it's a consonant. That's the only time it says Y. Y is if it's the first letter. And that's what we're going to work on today. Last time, just as a quick review, we learned that Y at the end of a word can say two different things. When Y is at the end of a short word, very short, one syllable, when Y is the only vowel, and it's at the end, it says I, as in buy, cry, try, shy, fly, right? When Y is at the end of a one-syllable word, it says I. When Y is at the end of a longer word, more than one syllable, it usually says E. Happy, pretty, city, slowly, musically. So when Y is at the end of a longer word, it usually says E. Oh, hi Amber. I mean Hunter. That was all me. That is all me. I forget all the time. If you can change your name in the chat there, you're gonna see when you see your name at the top, there's 3 little dots. If you can click on that, you can rename yourself, and then I won't say your name wrong anymore. You can change it to Hunter. Hi Abdo, welcome. It's so nice to see you. Okay, so let's get practicing with Y as a consonant. So that when Y is a consonant, your mouth is in the shape of your mouth for the sound to come out right. Your mouth is in a long, wide grin like E, and the back of your tongue just kind of rolls against the back of your throat. E. It's a very subtle sound. There's not much movement happening in your mouth at all. E. All the movement's happening in the back of your tongue. E, E, E. Okay, you can even see it at the front, like yellow, yes, yesterday. That's consonant Y, and that's what we're going to work on today. So let me share my screen. There we go. All right, you ready to spell with me? So our first word to spell together is yinny. Yinny. Together we have y, I, n, e. So here's that y sound. We're going to spell consonants first. Consonant Y. Y is a consonant if it's the first letter of a word or a syllable. Usually it's going to be the first letter of a word. So we have y, I, n, e. Now we're going to spell our vowels. Spell our vowels last because you have to know what the consonants are to know how to spell those vowels, because as you know, vowels have a lot of different spellings. So if we know what consonants are there, then we can know how to spell each vowel sound. For instance, I. I is spelled with a Y, an I, excuse me, most of the time. But I is a short vowel sound, and short vowel sounds require 2 consonants after them. If there's not 2, make 2. Now that I is nice and happy making its short sound in that spot, I. And the E sound at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. Longer word means that there is more than one vowel that don't touch like that. And here you can see that these 2 Y's are saying 2 completely different things. This is a consonant Y and this is a vowel Y, both in the same word. Y and E. All right, your word is yibby. Yibby. Spell that one on your own. Yibby, and then put it in the Q&A for me, please. Very good, Malachi. Oh, that's okay, Hunter. I'll try to remember. Yibby. Yibby. Nicely done. Yibby. There we go. All right, so for our consonant, we have y, our consonant y, our letter of the day, I, b, and e. For the I sound, we start with the most common spelling, which is an I. However, that's a short sound, a short vowel sound, I, which needs two consonants after it. If there's not two, we make two. Now I can make it short sound. And then E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. Now, just for fun, just for kicks, what would this word say if there was only one B? You don't have to put anything in the chat, just try to read it. If there was only one B here, now this I can't say I anymore. It has to make its long sound and say I, and that would say yibe. Yibe, right? All right, let's try this one. Okay, this word that I'm about to show you right now, I have to even stop sharing. This is out of all of the classes that I teach all year, and of all of the lessons, and out of all of the words in all of the lessons and all of the classes that I teach all year, this next word is my very favorite. You're going to see why in just a minute. Okay, our word to spell together is yai. Yai. So we have two sounds, y and I. Here's our vowel sound. All right, so what's our consonant? We know that a Y spells the y sound, right? And then how do we spell the I sound at the end of short words? We don't use I. Hi is the only word that we're allowed to use an I. When you hear I at the end, you spell it with a Y. Now look at that word. We have yai. Isn't that the funnest word you've seen all day? If you want to impress your parents or your friends, show them the spelling of yai. Isn't that fun? All right, your word is yipty. Yipty. Y-I-P-T-E. Go ahead and spell yipty for me and then put it in the Q&A. Good job, Hunter. Nice, Bethany. Yipty. Abdul, if you have a question, my friend, go ahead and put it in the Q&A for me. Yipty. Good, Blake. We're spelling yipty. Let me see a couple more in the Q&A and then we'll do it together. Good, Henry. Good, Nimat and Sheath. Okay, so our consonant sounds in yipty are y, I, p, t, and e. Vowel sounds I. Can this I say I in this spot? Yeah, no problem, because there are two consonants after it, so it can make it short sound right here just fine. E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. All right, let's keep going. Let's kick it up a little bit of a notch. How about that? Our next word to do together is let me think about this. I want our word to be yetheti. Yetheti. Kind of a hard one. Let's do it together. Y, I, th, e, t, e. Consonants. We have y, I, th, e, t, e. Okay, now all that's left is our vowels. Let's try it. I is spelled with an I, and it can make it short sound right here just fine because of those two consonants. It's a very similar sound to the I, but my jaw is dropped just a little bit more. My jaw is dropped a little bit more right here. This is a short vowel sound, so what does it need after it? Two consonants, and if there's not two, make two. Short vowel sounds need two consonants after them, or one consonant and then just the end of the word. Can't have another vowel in the next one or two spots. And then E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. There's yetheti. Now let's try yours on your own. I want your word to be yishifi. Nope, I don't want that. I want yishafi. So there's an I right here and an E right here. Just a big, fat, juicy hint. Yishafi. Don't forget there's an I and an E. So we have y, I, sh, e, f, e. Yishafi. 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 Sorry about the cat. He pretty much lives outside now. Doesn't spend much time in my room anymore. Yishafi. Very good. Nice, Henry. Yishafi. I know, I miss him too. This right here is an SH. Shh, there's another hint for you. Yishafi. Oh, I love the two F's, Diana. Oh, I just gave another big fat hint, didn't I? All right, consonants. We have y, I, sh, e, f, e. Feel free to change your answer, no problem. Here we have an I that can say its short sound right here just fine because of those two consonants after it. E, which is another short vowel sound, so it needs two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. And then E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. Yishafi. Yeah? All right. How about, I'm going to do one more with you and then I'm going to send you off on your own to do some. Yylip. Nope, wait, let me think. Yeah. Yylip. Yylip. So we have Y, I, L, I, P. Yylip. Consonants. Y, I, L, I, P. Vowels. I want this I to say I. Can it in this spot? In order for a vowel to say its name or its long sound, it needs another vowel one or two doors down. And look, there's one right there, so it can say its name just fine right here. I. Here's another I. This one's going to make it short sound, which means it can't have a vowel one or two doors away. And it doesn't, so it's perfectly fine right here. Yylip. Your word is yibid. Yibid. Y-I-B-I-D. Yibid. Excellent. Nice job. Yibid. Good, Blake. Good, Henry. Yibid. Good, Bethany. Nice, Ninmanshi. Good. Yibid. This is a b, like a boy right here. Yibid. There you go. Nice, Ellie and Dean. Beautiful, Malachi. Yibid. Beautiful. Okay, consonants. We have y, I, b, I, d. For this I, an I can make the long sound right here just fine because there's another vowel one or two doors down. For this I, it can make its short sound just fine right here because there's not a vowel one or two doors down. Long, short. Long has a vowel in the next one or two spots. Short does not. Yibid. Gorgeous. You're welcome. All right, how about you try one without me? Try the word yipintry. Kind of a hard one. Yipintry. Yeah, I, p, I, t, e. Make sure you start with the same number of lines and dots as me. Yipintry. There's both is. That's the first two vowel sounds are I, like itchy. Yipintry. pin tree. I mean, the second one is an I. I should have said yai pin tree. Yai pin tree. Take your time. Gorgeous. Well done. Beautiful. Excellent, you guys. This is supposed to be a bit of a hard one, but so far, so good. Yeah, sorry that the cat doesn't come to my room anymore. He just lives outside. Yai pin tree. Beautiful. Well done. All right, so vowels. We have y, I, p, I, n, t, e. Okay, so far so good. For the I, we're going to put a regular I, which can make its long sound right here just fine because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. I, this I can make its short sound just fine because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. Long does have a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. Short does not. I is long, I is short. E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. Yai pin tree. Wow, good job, you guys. Try this one. Yim tiffy. Wait, did I just give you that one up here? Nope. Yim tiffy. Both I, like inside. Yim tiffy. Y, I, m, t, I, f, e. Yim tiffy. I know. Yim tiffy. One more letter, Blake. Figure out what one other letter you need in there. You're so close, my friend. Yim tiffy. My mouth is closed at the beginning. Yim, my mouth is closed right there. Yim tiffy. Yim tiffy. Close. It's actually a f sound right here. There's a big hint right there. Yim tiffy. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So consonants are y, I, m, t, I, f, e. Vowels, I. Can this I say I here? Sure can, because there are 2 consonants after it. I. Can this I say I here? Sure cannot. It can't, because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. Short vowels require 2 consonants after them, like these 2, 1, 2. If there's not 2, we have to make 2. Now it can make its short sound. And then the E sound at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. All right, last one. Let's make it a little bit easier. How about yimip? Yimip. My mouth is closed in the middle. Y, I, m, I, p. Yimip. 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 Nice spelling, Bethany. Okay, almost everybody needs one more letter that you put in your word. Thank you. Everybody says such kind things in the Q&A. Yim-ip. Yim-ip. Yimip. Yeah. All right, so our consonants are y, I, m, I, p. Now this I wants to say I, it's short sound, which means it needs 2 consonants after it. Consonants. If there's not 2, make 2. This I also wants to say I right here. It doesn't need two consonants after it if it's the last letter and then the end of the word. As long as there's not a vowel here or here, it can make it short sound just fine. So here is yimip. Now, if you didn't get yimip, you got close. And if you missed any of those words, you got close. I was watching, and you got most of the sounds right. What you're learning to do is to spell sounds. You're not memorizing anything because you've never seen these words before. You're using your brain and your intellect and your knowledge on how to spell. So you're doing really well by getting so many sounds correct. Who's perfect? Not me. So if you didn't get all of them perfectly correct, that's okay. You're learning how to spell, and that progress is what's most important, all right? So have a wonderful rest of your night being wonderful. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, my friends.